What's going on YouTube? Today we're going to talk about how to get your music out on platforms such as Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, all those big names that everyone's heard of, and even some smaller stores that you may not have heard of. But that's the first thing you need to understand, is that these are just online stores. So if you put your music out on them, you're essentially selling your music for a price. So we've got you with your music, and then we've got the stores. So what we need in the middle is essentially a third-party online distributor that's going to distribute your music into these stores and also help collect your mechanical royalties, which is your money. So for this video, we're going to take a look at Distrokid, because this is the platform that I've been using for the past couple years now. And if you find that you want to sign up for it, you can do so through the link in the description, and you'll get a discount. So let's take a look. Alright guys, so here we are at the Distrokid login page. So they kind of just, sign up and they'll give you some stats and whatnot. It is basically $20 to just get started, $20 a year essentially, and for the basic plan, and that's unless you use my link in the description and get a discount, wink wink. And they've got a lot of different people that use Distrokid here and their praises and whatnot. Essentially, after we log in, what you're gonna see is the dashboard. So this is my music in the music tab, Reasons Above All, the arts, number of tracks. It's a self-titled EP, so the artist and the album are called Reasons Above All. And these are just kind of like the main stores that it's in. And then we click that and we could view it. It'll show our art, UPC over here, the date it's uploaded. It'll give you this option to remove from all the stores if you needed to do that for whatever reason. These are the songs that said they were good for upload. This is where you can add lyrics, and it'll give you guidelines about how to put those in most effectively. We've got the record label, which is generated by Distrokid. We've got the stores that it's in. You can ship it off to add it to more stores if it's already been released. And then we've got Hyperfollow, which is just kind of like a link tree type thing where you can essentially share that and it'll show people, whoever looks at it, it'll show them the main platforms that they can go to follow you or to find your music. And over here on YouTube Money, we've got an option to get YouTube money. And yeah, they've got a great video that explains content ID and how all that stuff works. But essentially, if your music gets used in any YouTube video, you'll get ad revenue from it, and they'll detect it automatically. And if you're trying to use your own music in your own videos, then you can whitelist it, and it'll make your video not one of the ones that they're trying to slap ads on. And then we've got Store Maximizer, so you can add it to more stores. So these are extra add-ons that are going to cost more yearly. And the Leave Legacy is the only one that's just a one-time fee. And this is if you die, your music's just going to stay in the stores like forever essentially. And the only thing with this is that apparently if you stop paying that $20 a year for Distrokid, then they're going to take your stuff down from the stores. I have heard of people who stopped paying, and they were small artists that they weren't really detected under the radar, and those people, their stuff's still up there, but definitely for sure you leave a legacy and they would never delete your stuff from the stores. Then we can go to like upload, show you what that's like. So you can definitely select and check what stores you want your music in. These are all the main ones, and then this one right here, MediaNet and 150 plus smaller outlets. And it's gonna those are gonna be like all the small stores that no one's really heard of, but you never know. And this is cool right here. Just another thing about Distrokid is that I actually emailed them and asked them if they could look into putting Napster in the stores, which they also said somewhere in the site. They say like, hey, you don't see the store you want, email us and we'll see about adding it. So I did that, and look, now they added a Napster beta, and now I have it in my Napster app. So moving along here, we have a number of songs. Apparently the max you can do at one time is 35, which is a lot. Previously released, yes or no. The band name, which you can't really change unless you have a higher plan. Then we've got you're just linking it to your iTunes and Spotify accounts, and the release date it says today, but if you like upload it today, like all the stores takes like kind of like 3 to 5 business days to actually go live, and they don't all go live at the same time. Some will be first, like maybe like iTunes will be first after 1 day, maybe Spotify will be like 3 days, and you won't really be able to keep track of that unless you get a higher plan. We've got the album art area and a lot of quality guidelines that'll tell you how to make sure that looks good and doesn't get rejected from stores. Language, genres, and not a whole lot of genres here, but there are genres. We've got metal, we've got rock. So then you put in the track, and this will tell you a bunch more guidelines on how to properly put in a song title. If you're featuring people, it's a remix, volumes, everything, and really good. And if it's a cover song that you're doing, they'll tell you more guidelines about that, and basically how you can get a license to use that cover song so you can make money off of it. They're going to take a portion out of it so that it goes to the actual artist that wrote it, you know. But you can essentially make money off of this copyright law thing, you know, regarding cover songs. And yeah. So otherwise, then it's an original song and you own it. So we've got the songwriter's real name. You can add songwriters to the list, whether or not there's explicit lyrics or not. Radio edits. iTunes price, which you can also change if you upgrade it, which is kind of interesting. Then you put in the file, WAV, VMA, whatever, MP3. The song contains lyrics, doesn't contain lyrics, and then these are some other extras that they have. You can put this on Instagram and Facebook, and essentially it's going to be music in stories, which is if you do a story and you want to add music to it, your music will show up there as an option if you search for it. Then YouTube Money again, the store maximizer, Leave a Legacy again, Shazam. You can add on these things after the fact as well, just how you saw in the music tab. But this is the Leave a Legacy price. Some of these prices change as you add more songs. So right now we're just adding one, so it's a single. But say if we added, like, you know, any more than one, and like it's kind of like an album or an EP or something, so they're going to up the prices. So YouTube Money is a little bit more, Store Maximizer is the same, Shazam, and you see Leave the Legacy like doubled. And yeah, so then there's these check boxes so that you know, you just terms and conditions essentially. One other thing to point out is the DistroKid FAQ section, which is very intuitive. It's got a lot of information there. They kind of wanted you to essentially look for your question in here and find the answer there, so you don't have to actually contact them. But if you do need to contact them, then they have an email that you can do that, and that's how I ended up emailing them to add Napster to their stores. But other than that, DistroKid's kind of updating constantly. Not anything really big, but every now and then they add features, they add new things that you can do, they add stores, and yeah, so essentially that's about it. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comment section below. And there's also that link in the description for the discount if you want to sign up for DistroKid. And yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.